So I am now audible, and in hello everybody. In about 3 seconds, the Red Muffler Man himself, El Hombre Mismo, will be audible. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now he's audible.
Audible is the audiobook subscription which you can get through Amazon.com and for free if you are a member of Amazon Prime. And that means you'll get 1 Audible credit a month for an audiobook of your choice, which can include works such as Nisio Ishin's Bakemonogatari, Nisio Ishin's Kizumonogatari, Nisio Ishin's Nekomonogatari, and the list goes on and on. So, type RedMufflerMan at the coupon place to get $1 million off for your Audible subscription today.
And that is a really great place to sponsor, kind of like segue into our sponsor, Honey.
I knew it.
Honey saves money. That's why they call it Honey.
Word.
It's also really good with peanut butter. Which brings us to our next sponsor.
I actually just had a peanut butter and honey sandwich for breakfast.
Please understand. What do you mean just? It's... You mean like today, or you mean like in the
today.
last hour? Okay.
Like a couple hours ago.
I'm a menace. I'm a peanut butter appreciator. I'm a peanut butter enthusiast.
I'm a huge peanut butter enthusiast.
I found that like peanut butter has gotten really inconsistent since the pandemic for some reason. Like usually like you'd go at like Kroger was, I guess, do you even know what Kroger is? Probably.
Yeah, we have Kroger.
Oh, you have Kroger in Texas? Okay.
Yeah. We also had them in Kentucky.
Yeah, gotcha. So Kroger has like Kroger brand peanut butter, and to me, pretty much indistinguishable from Jif, except it's cheaper, and also they have 4-pound jars, which
which is awesome.
I love. But Meijer and Aldi do not. They're inconsistent, and they've been flip-flopping which one's better for the past 3 years. Right now, I gotta say, Aldi comes out on top. Smooth, nutty, delicious. Meijer tastes a little plasticky, a little processed. I don't know what it is about it, but
see, at the moment, the peanut butter that I have some Walmart brand.
Great value, nothing wrong with great value. Honey roasted peanuts fuck me up. I can't buy those fucking things.
How much peanut butter do you go through? Please understand.
Would you like to know, actually?
Nuts.
Once I counted my junior year, or was it my senior year of college, I counted from October to July how many pounds of peanut butter my apartment went through, and there were 4 of us. And I think the final tally from October to July when I moved out was 116 pounds. And I probably did 75% of that, to be honest.
Holy fuck. Alright, so
peanut butter.
Oh, now that we've talked about our sponsors, our legal contracts are done. I have a bit of a regiment that I usually go through when I try to teach people fighting game stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first thing I need to do is I need to see where you stand.
Okay. Before that, right before that, do I need to share my screen with you? Or do you have the stream
at the moment, you do not.
Okay.
However, I will ask you to share the screen later.
What if I just do it now to get ahead of it?
That's fine.
I'm going to do it now to get ahead of it. And what there's something I wanted to, something very, I guess you'd call it really Shane Valshane brand humor to go through. So I'm going to go ahead and share this projector with you from OBS.
Okay.
There we go. Looking good. So now you should be able to see what the audience sees. And I need to go into... Oh, here. Hold on, I gotta shake my hair out real quick. I have a problem where, because of the length of my hair right now, if I'm not careful, I'll look like Germa when Germa was cosplaying as Kotamine by accident, and I don't want that ever. So I need to go to... There we go. Okay. So here we are.
Okay, here we are.
Here we are, right?
We have Saber back there.
We have Saber back there. And, I know a lot of people... there's a lot going on in this picture. First of all, incredible illustration by...
Incredible illustration.
By who? Who does this illustration?
But where the fuck is Coma?
That is so true. Where is Coma?
Where
Where's
the fuck
Vlav?
is Coma? Okay, Vlav being there is obvious. He would die.
I mean... Okay. So yes, this is by redrop. This is actually a beautiful drawing. But
Yeah.
I like there's a lot going on right here. We've got Noelle in the background, just living her best life.
We got fucking Satsuki.
We
back
do have
there,
Satsuki.
like.
Everybody says, when are they adding Satsuki to Melty Blood? She has been here since day one. I don't.
I just love how fucking tiny Saber is.
She's
back
so
there.
small. She's like it's like low res Saber back there with the double fisting those like extra large ice. You ever go to like Kilwins or whatever, and like they don't have normal names for ice cream sizes? They have like it, love it, and gotta have it. She's got 2 double gotta have it's.
For real.
And I also hate when people just let me call it the fucking thing, please. How do you reset this? Anyways, so yeah, that's about where we're at. I was thinking it's kind of funny how they fake you out with Akiha and Tono in that particular illustration do look very perhaps related. So anyways, I just wanted to bring that up to be annoying about Satsuki. I think Satsuki's really neat. Can't wait to read about her one day.
Satsuki is super duper cool. I can't wait to read about her either. No Tsukihime fan has gotten to read about Satsuki, unfortunately.
I think it's really funny. Like I was talking with one of my friends. Says every once in a while, every time he visits his parents, he reads Tsukihime because it runs on his laptop, and he hasn't finished it yet. But he was telling me about how like he sent me some like Satsuki shit posts or something, and I'm like thinking about like Satsuki as a character has existed since the year 2000. So I like to imagine like Satsuki fans have been waiting for this. There is at least one person who has been waiting for the Satsuki route for 23 years, and I think that's
okay.
Really
Imagine neat. All the now dead Satsuki fans.
Holy fuck, Lois.
All right, so we are going to run. Let me see what this is at. Okay. We're gonna run a 1st to 5.
Okay, I will.
It's you know the place, you know the word.
Are you hosting?
A room up.
Okay,
I already have a room up. So
I am. Let's see here. I feel like I shouldn't be broadcasting the keyword, but yo, watch Doom jump in there ahead of me.
I was honestly terrified that it was going to happen.
Doom was gonna be like, oh, the word. All right.
Oh, the trigger word, the trigger phrase. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna run a 1st to 5. I'm not gonna give you any real advice going in. We're gonna play this the way you would play any local in any set, essentially. Like you've just sat down next to Harriton Splimby. You've never met this guy before. He's a Sonic the Hedgehog lore enthusiast, and arguably his Shiki Tono is very nice.
Arguably.
And you've never known this guy, and you're like, hey, yo, you want to play a 1st to 5 money match? And he's like, yeah, sure. And I might pipe up and say something here and there, but this is essentially information for me.
Okay, so you're getting the download right now.
I'm getting the download to see where you are, so that way I can kind of get an idea of where your general decision-making is going.
Okay, that sounds good to me. I'm ready.
We can also, at some point, even go through some of the replays.
Ooh.
Once we've kind of talked about some of the stuff that has happened after the fact.
Right. So I am well practiced in getting mopped. Yesterday I went 2 and 35 in Tetris Attack. So, you know, my patience is packed. I'm ready. I always forget that aerial backdash is not, like, it's literally just for maneuvering, because it doesn't have any, like, invincibility or anything.
No, yeah.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
Neutral.
Dude, my nooch goes crazy.
No, that was actually pretty alright. Like, legitimately, in terms of your movement.
Yeah. Oh, I was talking about your nooch. I was role-playing as RedMufflerMan for that brief moment.
Oh, understandable.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Yep, Chicago. I'm representing Wishy. Oh shit. I could have done that with Super Jump. Embracing my inner Nanase player. Oh my god. For the record, I was blocking. Oh, damn it. Okay, alright. So right there, I noticed, not the first time you've done it, where you take a, like when you're out in the corner, to stop me from like raw air grabbing you like a monster, you will take the second jump, and I cannot do anything after I whiff the grab there. Okay. Yep.
I'm going to extract the energy out of my joints. Let's go. Power your joints. Get blood flowing.
Oh my god. The Tono JCIC is
It's a menace.
it's a menace. Even now with the Dino Shiki install too, that's very, oh shit. He's got the download. He knows. Oh, the Kune Kune, thank you for the follow. Dead Squirtle. Oh, I'm fucking nice!
I'm going to keep sliding. Understandable.
Oh! That's good. If I was left alive for another 10 seconds, I would have used all my meter. And instead, I get to carry it into the next round. Okay, okay. You hate to see it. Super jump into 3C. Dude, my nooch goes crazy. Alright. See, that was, I just wanted to get out of the corner anyways, so. Oh. Something I'm trying to figure out. Yo, hitboxes. Something I'm trying to figure out with Arc is kind of like what her longest spacing options and stuff are. Because when I'm like in the corner, I need to figure out like, am I in a place where I can poke, or am I just gonna get like outranged right now, right?
No, that's understandable. And like the corner interactions like that can be kind of like finicky, and usually it's like that's something I can go into. That is actually super duper something I can go into.
I'm just trying to kind of like, I guess I'm still trying to like, in some games, like I've played them enough where like I know how big this button is, and I know exactly when you're in like my danger bubble. Melty Blood is not yet one of those games.
Oh shit, no, I was trying to do the more optimal confirm, so I was fucking it up.
Oh, the backdash? Okay. Yo, oh, free! Shit. Oh, dude, my 1500 goes crazy. Something I need to uninstall from my brain is the constant, like, for whatever reason, I'm like, I'm going to do 3 normals, and I'm going to throw out a 214B. And 214B ends your block string, basically. It gives you space, but it ends your block string, and it also has a gap in it. Fuck. And the gap in it... The gap in it allows them to do all kinds of things. They can shield, they can throw out a fast normal, they can DP. But against less experienced players, which is like a lot of my hours are like against like friends who are like also not super highly ranked, that works. But I recognize that things will not work against all types of players, especially in different skill ranges. sometimes when I'm playing lower level players, yesterday I got some matches with somebody who was, or maybe 2 days ago, somebody who was like about my skill level. And it was good because, you know, it's good to play people like around your skill level. I think it's a good way to like learn things. But they, at the same time, like, they never called out my wake up DP, and I'm like, this is bad for me as a growing player. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, it wasn't what I wanted. Oh. Is this dead?
No, it's not.
I'm kind of alive.
That was the knowledge check of a lifetime.
For a second, I was like, that's weird. Where did he go? I guess I'm safe.
No, that was straight up the knowledge check of a lifetime right there. The cross-up overhead.
Is that a left-right? Does it hit behind?
It hits behind and overhead.
Horrible.
Yeah, so you have to block high in the opposite direction.
That's
It
nuts.
never like hits in front though. Is the thing.
Something else I want to know is like which of Arc specials can I use as like a poke? Because like she's got all these cool specials, right? She's got her 623 is good in corner. Her 236, her Rekka is honestly like not a bad button. But I feel like if you, I mean like trying to figure out again, like it's like kind of a spacing thing where it's like what's where? Uh-oh, you just anti-left righted me by not moving.
Yes.
No. No. 17-piece chicken
McNuggies, McArquades.
Yeah, I couldn't make a decision. I was like, I'm just gonna. Whoa, I'm nice. This game is good. Suddenly, good video games. Oh,
With punish.
wasn't even the button I was trying to press, but the other one would have been even worse. I was definitely trying to 5CIC you right there. On God. What the fuck was that?
I slid and hit you standing.
I was standing? Okay.
I'm assuming you were standing or you're trying to mash out some sort of special move.
I may have
caught you
accidentally
doing
pressed an attack button. It was unexpected, but you know.
it. Okay. So I'm already picking up on a few things.
Oh, there's a lot there, I'm sure. It's not there. I don't expect there to be. Oh yes, I found the missing link to your nice gameplay. Oh, I didn't realize you get. Do you get invincibility on Moondrive?
A very tiny amount.
Okay, so you can not a reversal.
No, you can reversal.
You
with
can
it.
reversal with it. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Meow. We're not gonna talk about what that was. That's okay. I wasn't using that moon anyways. I didn't really want it.
Understandable.
The Kune
Moon is a
Kune.
social construct.
Yeah. The Kune Kune, as you can see, the grind is going it's stellar. We're having the time of our lives right now.
Oh, I dropped it. Wow.
Question about ground approaching. Does this game work like uni dash blocking, where I can press the dash macro and hold back, and it will give me, or was it 3, and it'll give me standing block?
Yes, but it will not do it as quickly as it does in Uni.
So you mean like with the startup?
Yeah, because the
Okay.
dash, the running animation has some recovery.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
However, I do think that ground approaches with Arc is something that is actually quite good because of a lot of just how ridiculously good her buttons are.
Right.
Okay, so now I feel like I have a general idea.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna disband the room. Then I'm trying to remember. I do not think.
I don't think you can training room via over internet. I'm not sure.
I
Probably
do not
not.
think that's a thing.
Mm-mm.
Which is absolutely horrendously down bad. Okay.
Not the only
So
one.
then at this point, I would like you to hit the training mode, and we're gonna kind of talk about some of the stuff that happened.
Yeah.
So I will pick Arquade myself.
How this affect Type Lumina's legacy? Funny buttons. Hello, Relly.
Oh man, but what about the salmon population?
I don't know. We'll do Tono just for the sake of consistency, I guess. Alright.
I mean, I know I have my training dummy set to Roa, but it really doesn't matter.
I saw somebody in Panic Shield today was talking about how, like, they're like, GG's, I can't do this anymore. I'm not having fun. What do I even do in this matchup? And, like, it was Roa and Vlav, and they were Roa, and I'm like, it could be worse.
Bro, Roa Vlove is like, even if not in Roa's favor.
Right. But, I mean, it's understandable. Right.
Alright,
Okay.
so first, the big thing I can say is the biggest thing I want to highlight for you
Uh-huh.
is your choice of defensive options.
Uh-huh.
So the biggest thing that I've noticed is you very much, like, out of all of the layers of defensive options that you have, your go-to is almost always DP.
Yeah.
Like, that is if you're in danger, you're just going for that button, and I am seeing it.
Uh-huh.
And, like, there were points where I definitely probably could have punished it harder, but, like, right now my brain just doesn't work, and I
Sure.
just got done having a maniacal panic episode. So,
Okay.
I would say that's a joke, however, but jokes aside, the big thing that I think would help you a lot in terms of just extending your playtime, because one of the ways that I like to break apart fighting games a lot of the time is the concept of a phrase called playtime. How much do you realistically get to play the game?
Mm-hmm.
How long do you get to spend in a round? How long are you able to effectively make choices? All of that together is what I like to take into the term playtime.
Uh-huh.
And there are ways that I feel that early on, one of the most important things that you can do is to make decisions that can help you extend that playtime. And a lot of that can be found defensively.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things, again, that I'm noticing, and this is honestly something that probably makes sense to you, since, like you were talking about earlier, you've been playing a lot of people lately that are a little closer to your skill level. They're not calling stuff out. So instead of you eating their setups, which is giving you less playtime, you're just DPing out, which is knocking them away, resetting them to neutral,
Right.
and giving you more playtime.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense. I can see why you're doing it.
Yeah.
However, when you're playing against, like, me or anyone that is willing to kind of just sit there sometimes and give up their turn or knows what a safe jump is, you're kind of just at the mercy of, are they going to let me do this, or is me DPing going to get me murdered?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I'm not going to say stop DPing.
Right,
Because
Because
I
that's a defensive tool. It's just if you do it every time, it's extremely readable.
Yes. So what you need to start doing potentially is becoming more aware of your other defensive options. And that's the big thing that I've kind of noticed at first was it felt like your awareness of what you could do on defense felt somewhat lacking, like in some areas. I saw you using backdash a few times, so you're already kind of on the ball with that. I saw you a few times throwing on wake up to call out people for, like just sitting there waiting for your DP.
Right.
That's good. Not a ton of wake up Abare, which Abare is just a fancy word for saying mashing.
Yeah,
Sorry. I'm that guy. And then the other thing, though, is just like, don't be afraid to wake up shield if you need to. Wake up block. Wake up backing is honestly also a relatively good option. Or you can kind of like fuzzy up back where you get up, you wait a tick, and you just kind of guard it out. And then like, once you're in like the middle of a string, you start just going up back. So that way, if there is a gap, you'll jump out, and that can stop you from like getting thrown in a lot of cases. Or fuzzy mashing, where you're just gonna hit a button in between strings. But I think the big thing that I would want to think of in terms of kind of extending your play time in general, as well as letting you use your resources a little more, because that's another thing I noticed is that you weren't using a lot of your resources. You need to be willing to moondrive, and you need to be willing to heat more. I saw you heat a single time. Yes. And you only used moondrive a single time, and that was only after you started realizing that I had been using it defensively.
Right. I think so. Heat, I understand, is I try to use it like, I mean, if you rewind like 60 hours of gameplay for me in this game, I would heat whenever I had the meter because I think it's funny. But then I realized somebody pointed out to me that you can, when you heat, you can heat like in block stun basically, right? In that way, it acts somewhat like a burst, as long as you're blocking, right? It's not like Guilty Gear burst where it's like you're getting schmixed and like you can just use it like in like actual like taking damage and like reset. But like if Tono were, I don't know, fuck. But
no, yeah, like doing the Shield OS will. Well, here's the thing about the Shield OS is there are actually built-in ways, even in Heat, to beat the Shield OS. So, like, you know about Charge Heat, right?
I mean, I don't really understand what the difference is between the two, but I understand, like, you know, like Standard Heat, like, you know, run up, whatever, and Charge Heat, you got to hold it.
Okay. Allow me to explain the differences to you.
Okay. Okay.
So, normal Heat, you can shield it high and low.
Yep.
And it's relatively instantaneous, right?
And Charge Heat is an overhead?
Charge Heat is not an overhead.
Okay.
All of the heats are unblockable, no matter what.
Okay.
It is that you cannot low shield Charge Heat.
Okay. Yeah.
And so the way it works is if you just do your Heat OS on someone as they're waking up and they choose to heat, if they do instant heat, you'll beat it every time.
Right.
But if they choose to do Charge Heat and they do Shield OS, if you Charge Heat and they Shield OS, you beat the Shield OS. Because if you Shield OS, you get whiff penalty, which means you cannot hold shield.
Right. What is... So, I understand the concept of option select, but I don't know what the specific input for Shield OS is.
So, Shield OS is either back or down back, and you're hitting A, followed by hitting A plus D.
Okay, so, like... So, A and A plus... So, A plus D is grab, right?
A plus D is grab, yes.
Okay. So,
and so if you hit or your attack connects in any way, it will go into a jab.
Okay.
If you do it and it whiffs, which it will whiff when they shield, or it will whiff when they DP or heat, you get shield.
Okay, so basically, like if they're doing, if Tono's doing, I'm not very good at the training controls, but if Tono's doing like heat right here, and I hit like, you know, whatever, like so it's specifically like light into A plus D, so like, which is whatever, and if it whiffs, I guess I'm trying to understand. So like with the
so
input,
back up and just do it on whiff.
Like that.
That's what happens.
Oh, okay. And how come you can't hold shield there? Is that just like a...
Because of whiff penalty. Used to be you could, and it made it way too fucking strong.
Yes. Okay. Got it.
So now, whenever you do the shield OS, you are forced to only be able to do tap shield.
Right.
Which makes the OS in general much, much weaker.
Right. Because you have to.
And
Well,
real
also
quick,
you have to choose
because I want to teach you this real quick.
one. Okay.
We're gonna teach you the training mode real fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
So pause. See where it says dummy enemy?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is essentially where you're going to be spending a lot of your time.
Yeah.
And what you can do is instead of set dummy recording, you don't even have to do that.
Okay.
You can go to reversal action, and they have an action for every single thing.
They sure do.
And force release, for instance, is heat.
Okay. Got it.
And so that means after getting hit or guarding or waking up, they will heat.
Okay. So like that.
Yes, and that's a way that you can practice Heat OS.
Okay, cool, got it. Fuck. That's interesting. I don't know. There are some things in this game where like sometimes like buttons just don't come out, and I'm not 100% sure why.
Like elaborate.
Like, so right there I was able to get it right, but sometimes like there I thought I did the same thing, and like my input history is on the left, and I'm not sure what the difference was, right?
All right, do it again. It's because you're getting it on hit, and also it looks like you're doing it too fast.
Okay.
There you go. And you're not going to be able to bait it in that sort of situation. You have to be able to either bait it as they're getting up from a reversal action.
Right,
Because that's usually when you're doing it, is when they're getting up. So if you want to set this up to be easy, throw them while holding down with arc, and that gives you a hard knockdown.
Right. So then...
And then that means, and then after that, you can run
yeah.
up and then start practicing the OS.
Got it. Okay, cool. Got it.
Yes. So that's like one way that you can kind of use that OS to make your life a little easier. And in general, also, this is a way for you to be able to train against a lot of reversal actions. You're still going to be using dummy recording, obviously, but like using dummy recording for reversal actions is literally dog shit. It sucks. You have to do it in like Blaze Blue. And I'll be real, Blaze Blue has maybe like one of the worst training modes I've ever used. It's awful. I'm sorry, Rally.
Silence. Silence from the chat.
1 second, I have to make it quick. Alright, there we go. No, yeah, it's true. It's so true. It's such a bad training mode. And like, if you want, I can even show you a few examples of like me doing it if it helps you.
With the dummy or just the
With the dummy and in general, kind of like baiting it out with the Heat OS to show you what I'm talking about.
If you think so, I mean, that's up to you.
Okay, I will share my screen with you real quick. If you want, you can set it up on stream. If not, it's all good. Doesn't really matter either way.
This will be a behind the curtain kind of thing, because I do not ever want to screen share Discord on OPS.
Cowardice, I see.
Yes, absolutely.
You got some real spicy shit going on under the hood.
I definitely don't, but it's not like I don't want to accidentally like leak DMs.
Understandable.
All right, I'm seeing it.
So do you see what I have going on here?
Yes, I see that you have green except strawberry hair.
Yes.
This is one of the
so
quintuplets.
we'll make this simple. We're gonna do this post air combo, right?
Okay, yeah.
And I fucked it up because I'm really good at this character.
This character's fumble proof, trust me. So are you going for the safe jump too? Okay, I see it.
Yeah, essentially, it is something akin to that, where it's just bum bum bum.
That's nuts. Okay, yeah.
And that's a simple way that you can set up offense with this character. Is essentially off of any air throw, as long as you save your double jump, boom, boom, boom.
And if let's say they do like blowback edge, whatever, like icy heat, icy hot, they like at that point, and if you try the OS, you're just like, okay, I lost, or can you still back jump? Okay,
you have simply lost.
Got
you
it.
can, however, still OS this, but it requires
you need to
you to make a
stand.
choice.
Yeah. That's part of the reason why I don't use shield as much. There's a couple reasons I don't use shield as much as I used to.
Yes.
One of the reasons is it's obviously just not as safe anymore. I think that the idea that standing normals will not like break but like punish low shields is a lot for me. Like blocking is simple, right? It's like basically if they're in the air, you want to be standing. And if they're on the ground, you want to be crouching. And that's like the rule of thumb, right? But with shield, now it's complicated because it used to be like whatever. I think it used to work that way, and now they've changed since 2.0 in like August, right? They changed the shield a lot, so how it works. So you need to be more precise with your shield guessing, essentially.
I would not necessarily say more precise because I'm gonna be real. Shield is still an amazing tool, even despite those changes, right?
Sure.
And, like, you can call people out where you're going to throw, like, a standing mid against low shield, and then it crushes it, and they're in block stun and they take some chip damage.
Right.
Like, that's pretty big for you on offense, and that it lets you continue your turn.
But
it does not make shield a dead option.
Right.
Like, and you can say, yeah, shield is obvious,
but
also, shield is such a strong tool in the sense that it forces people to be willing to play around it and keep it in their mental stack for when you are using it.
Right.
So, like, in general, I would not be dissuaded from the use of shield.
Okay.
Also, I can close the stream now, I think. I showed you exactly what it is that I need to show.
Okay, yeah.
But, like, the biggest thing, I think, first off, that I think would overall extend your playtime, proper use of Moondrive, proper use of heat, both charge and uncharged. There's also reverse, like guard cancel heat, which do you know about that or no?
I don't think so.
Okay, if you are in block stun, you can heat out.
Yes, okay, I did know that. Yeah.
But you are forced to use a slowed down version of heat.
Okay. Is it slower than charge heat or icy heat?
It's about the same speed, but like it is not considered a charge heat.
Okay.
So it can still be shielded low.
Okay.
And essentially what it does is if someone is doing a very telegraphed like block string, like they're doing stuff and they're going into like C normals and they're canceling into special moves and shit, you can heat out on reaction in order to just make space and get them the fuck away from you for like 1 bar. And it's also a way for you to get health back. There are certain characters that can punish them pretty hard. Like Tono and Hisui are pretty good about punishing heats. But in general, it is still a very good defensive option because it forces people to have to be really looking at the screen when they're doing their block strings.
Right. So when you say it takes 1 bar, do you mean like you just mean like normal heat takes 1 bar, right? It's not like you can actually...
any heat can like just however much meter you have as long
it'll
as you
use that much. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And like in general, it is very good to have.
Got it.
So, like, for example, if you wanted to, you could do start dummy recording. And just record Tono doing, like, a ABC 2C string. Good enough.
Sure.
And
how do you stop dummy recording?
I mean, I think the fact that you pause should be fine.
Okay.
And you just go to dummy playback. And then repeat in intervals.
Okay.
And then during any of that, you would want to heat, essentially.
Right. Okay, okay.
Not shield.
I'm very stupid. Yes. Oops, okay. Okay, like that.
There you go.
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah, so I was aware of that.
That is a
very good,
very, very good defensive tool. because it leaves you in heat. You're gonna get health back. It forces them away from you from the blowback of the explosion.
Right.
Like, it's a very, very strong,
almost kind of like resets neutral, right?
Yes, you essentially reset back to neutral, and you're in a much better position than you were in previously.
Right.
However, if it gets baited, your life is terrible.
Yes.
But, you know, that's the way all of the defensive options in this game work.
Right.
Is they're relatively strong, but they have one or two things that can get them called
right.
out.
There's
really
I mean,
hard.
and I think that's like obviously necessary for like a fighting game's balance, right?
Yeah.
Is that
100% it is.
like if there's something that doesn't have an answer, it's going to dominate the game.
Exactly. And I mean, that's kind of where Shield was when the game first came out.
Uh-huh.
The answer was you had to either guess they were low or high shielding and then call it out accordingly with either a really errant IAD normal or standing overhead, or run up and then do like delayed lows, or just throw them. And like there were multiple ways to deal with it, but it was still just one of those things where because it was so strong and so prevalent, it was always on people's mental stat. There was really no avoiding it.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, like I think then the other thing to kind of really bring up here would be Moondrive.
Right. So I would like to know, I don't really understand what Moondrive, like I understand what it does mechanically. I do not understand what its place is in the match.
Okay. So I personally, there's a lot of different ways that you can use Moondrive.
Sure.
I think the easiest way to begin using Moondrive is as a pause button.
Like chain shift.
Very, very similar to chain shift. It's not quite as good as chain shift,
yeah,
but it is still a very good tool in that regard.
Sure.
Especially because once you have Moondrive essentially activated, it has a couple of frames of strike involved.
Yes.
So, like, if a lot of people, for instance, want to run up to you and do, like, crouching lights or some sort of melee, if it's not got a ton of active frames, you can Moondrive and then see that they're jabbing through you or something, and then you can potentially get a punish or, like, a throw punish.
Okay.
Or you can, like, see what's going on and react accordingly. And not to mention, if you Moondrive on Wake Up, or just even in a string, and you see that they're whiffing something really big, you can react with your, like, a moon skill, or you can react with basically whatever.
Got it.
So, like, Moondrive's a very good pause button. Not to mention, once you're in Moondrive, you do some really funky proration resetting stuff, where you can get some better combos, but we're not going to go into that.
Sure, yeah.
At the moment, that's kind of nerd shit, and I don't really want to cover too much on the offensive, like, stuff just yet, because I think really the big thing that would help you a lot is the defense.
Sure.
At least at this very moment.
Yeah.
The other thing that Moondrive does for you defensively is it gives you access to clash frames in your moon skills.
Right.
And these can be very, very good for you. Because in general, once you have a moon skill with clash frames, it turns it into a viable defensive option. And it's like, oh, did they clash and they're not awake at the wheel and they weren't able to punish the clash or anything like that?
Right.
Then you just got out of jail for free. Even if it whiffs, you can just jump cancel it. And just get the fuck out of dodge. I'm mostly talking, because her best defensive one is 2BC.
That's a DP, right?
Yes.
Okay.
2BC is her best one. So, it's like, even if you whiff that, you can just, like, oh, fuck. Just jump back, air dash back, and you're back in neutral.
Okay.
And, like, 2BC, pretty fucking good. And
you say you can jump cancel
neutral,
it?
You can...
Oh, you can? Okay. Never mind. I was just remembering you said, like, you can jump cancel. I see that now.
Yes. You can jump cancel most moon skills.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't know that.
At least all of the airborne ones.
Okay.
But then, like, also, for instance, like, her moon skill Lariat, her 4BC is a pretty good button in general, just for... You don't even have to be in Moondrive to really use that effectively. This is just a very good gap closer.
The 6BC?
4BC.
Oh, yeah. 4BC is, big...
4BC is a very,
fan
very
favorite.
good
It's a
gap
fan
closer.
favorite in the Arkwood channel.
So it's like... This is a very good move against, like, zoners, like Roa, Vlove, or even if you just want to get in against, like, Shiki, to get, like, a whiff punish on him. That's a very good whiff punish button. Like, if you notice he's, like, whiffing buttons in neutral, wait a tick, throw that shit out, fucking kill him.
Damn.
And, like, her other 2 lariats are also pretty good for that as well. Because essentially, if you get in with a lariat, you can fake them out and be like, hey, I got in with a lariat. I might be doing B lariat, though, so you better not hit... so you might want to hit shield or something. Nah, JK, I didn't. And then they shield expecting the B follow-up, and then you throw them. So, like, a mix that you could do, for instance, is, like, you know, once you're in range for a lariat, right?
So that's round start.
No, lariat, as in, like, a 2-1-4, not 2-3-6.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Gotcha.
Make sure we're on the right track. So, it's like, so let's say you're in 2-1-4 distance. You can threaten with 2-1-4A to kind of make your way in, and, yeah, it's negative.
A little,
but you threaten with 2-1-4B as well. And 2-1-4B leaves you relatively plus. You can start some stuff from it. It's spooky. It's going to lead into a lot of damage if it hits.
Right.
And 2-1-4A, meanwhile, doesn't really have that, but it's much quicker and doesn't have the second part of the animation.
Yeah.
So if you do a lot of 2-1-4B, and then they start shielding it,
switch to 2-1-4A,
do 2-1-4A, and then be willing to just wait a tick.
Okay.
And then you can watch them DP, or watch them shield, and then you laugh at them all the way to the bank.
Let's... Okay. Wait, Okay.
So, hang on. For this, I'm just gonna make your life easier. Pause. Turn off the dummy. Go to reversal action. Reversal action 1. Set that to, we'll set that to stand or crouching shield. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
And then for reversal action 2, set it to DP.
DP? Okay.
Yeah, DPB for Tono.
That's probably...
It's in his special moves. There we go. The B one. And then for reversal action 3, set that to 2A.
Got it.
All right, and then on random dummy playback, you can set that to random. Back, down, down, down. No, not that one. Random dummy playback. Down, down, down.
Oh, I see. Sorry. Okay.
Yes. Set that to on, and then reversal actions 4 and 5, you can set those to off.
Okay.
There you go. Now on reversal, Tono should swap between those 3 actions. So what I want you to do...
DP, shield, and Abare, basically?
Yes.
Okay.
So what you can do is you can do 2-1-4A and just see what he does. Or set him to guard as well. Sorry, I forgot to tell you to set him to guard.
Guard all?
Yeah, guard all.
Okay, cool.
You have shield turned on.
Am I supposed to have it off?
Yeah, you want to have shield off. No, not there. It's up above. Below where it says on counter hit in the enemy basics section. You have shield set to on.
Oh.
Almost. There we go. All right. This is turning into I am teaching you how to use training mode.
Yeah.
Which is legitimately important. A lot of people do not know how to use training mode.
Sure.
All right. So what I want you to do here is kind of seeing what the interactions kind of look like. So do 2-1-4A and then just wait.
He didn't do... Okay, flash shield.
All right, flash shield. Do it again.
Nothing.
2A. Shield.
Why isn't he DPing? Do nothing.
It's probably because it's setting also on 4 and 5's options as well.
Which are off.
Set one of those to default.
Okay.
There we go. Now we have an option where he kind of does nothing. He just sort of stands there for a sec, which is very normal.
Menacingly.
And then that's when you can use that as an opportunity to steal your turn. But then, if he chooses to hit a button afterward, you kind of see where this is going.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely kind of just like getting used to the different, like, wake up or, you know, like reversal responses and stuff, the way that people do them for sure. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, now try using a little more of the 214B. I want you to focus right now solely
Uh-huh.
on 214A and 214B.
Okay.
Every other move don't exist right now.
Okay.
And just kind of seeing what options are going to beat what.
Right.
So he just shielded that. But he just tried to hit 2A there, and he fucking died for it.
Right.
And he just guarded, did nothing. So what I'm kind of wanting you to get across to you here is the power that these options have just by themselves without having to go any layer deeper. Like, you see the power that 214A can instill. And the power that 214B can also give you, where it's like, oh, I can do 214A and wait a tick, and suddenly if they want to shield or DP, I can fuck them up for it.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get it. So it's kind of more or less just, I don't know how to describe it.
It's conditioning.
Yeah, that. Where right now, you know, I have, like, I don't really know what... this is good. Jace Ghoul, thank you for the follow.
It's
good to see you.
Jace Ghoul. That's very
go mod
cool
my
of
video
you.
game. All right, good luck modding your video game, Relay. Thank you for stopping by.
Take it easy, Relay.
Yeah, Jace just turned in his lines for the Carmine route, and they are exquisite, to be honest. So that'll be gas when it comes out. It's gonna be awesome.
Yo, gas.
Peek, peek, peek. There is nothing here that can be improved upon. Peek.
Peek Vixen. Yo, you can't wait for you to hear my Seth lines after I've had this Crispin Freeman class where...
Are you taking that this weekend? Oh, no, this is the one you already took, right?
Yeah, it's the one I already took. Ever since that class, my brain has expanded like 8 times. No fucking joke. I've also booked more, which is really funny.
There you go. I mean, that's a great class then. For
It's
sure.
actually maybe the best class I've ever taken.
I mean... It's really good to know because a lot of people like swear by the class, and sometimes people just like classes because they're like it was fun or whatever, and it's like but they didn't learn anything. So it's good to know that there's still good classes out there in the voiceover world.
No, yeah, it feels very good, honestly.
Yeah. So basically, so sometimes he does nothing. Oh, this is like in Hercules when Phil is training Hercules with all the dummies and stuff, right?
Yes. What you're kind of wanting to get a feel for is what the opponent can do in response to your options, so you can better know what your options are.
Yes. Oh, okay. So the B option, like I said, like DP will beat it because of the gap between the A hit and the first hit and the second hit.
Yeah, you're gonna lose to shield and you're gonna lose to DP. However, you win if they hit a button or if they just guard.
Right. And the A option is a little, I mean, in terms like
A option will lose to your opponent hitting a button after guarding, but will beat them trying to be more proactive, beating the B version.
But even that right there, like the quote unquote like Abare, right?
Yeah. You're still safe from it.
Right. It's safe on block.
Yeah.
Which we love.
Which
to
is
see
not
it.
a bad gamble to take,
right?
As just a random poke, where it's like if you want to kind of just like get a little closer to your opponent, make them a little more uncomfortable, mixing between the A and B lariats,
right,
is a good way to kind of keep like your opponent in a situation where they have to guess. Like when I'm fighting Arcwade, I'm constantly swapping between whether or not I'm hitting buttons after lariat, or trying to shield, or DP, or backdashing if I can, like all sorts of like wacky.
Can you tell if somebody pulls out an A or B if they're at, like, let's say I'm like right here, which like both of them will connect. Can you tell if they fire A or B?
From that distance,
they're pretty similar.
Maybe. Most of the time, realistically, I'm not.
Okay, fair enough. So it's a decent like mix-up in terms, not because it's like a high-low or a left-right, but simply because like they have to choose like what they want to do afterwards.
Exactly. And like the only other time it is like way more telegraphed is if you lariat from very far away. Because the A version won't reach.
Uh-huh.
But B version will.
Right. Like that. I think that's around the effective range for B version is right about there.
Yeah, and like B version becomes very telegraphed at that point.
And yeah,
however,
I think B
you
and
also
C.
can still at that range they're like, oh, they're gonna only do the B version. But then that's also when you can start sneaking in Moonskill version.
Right.
Which does not have the follow-up.
If it's blocked. If it does go through, it goes into air combo.
Yeah, exactly. And then from that relaunch, or from that launch, you should be able to get a confirm.
Okay.
I don't know the exact one.
Yeah.
I wish I knew it.
Okay.
God, I wish I knew art combos.
Hey, you and me both. This character is I don't know who started this character is free thing, but like I know I've been saying it for weeks, I'm gonna say it for longer. This fucking character is not as free as everybody says, simply because her execution and like the fact that she, like, a lot of characters have the ability to, like, I'm gonna spend bar, it's gonna put me in an advantageous position. Like CL, like if you're like, you know, zoning her with whoever, you're like firing up the zoning. 236 EX will basically counter most projectiles, right?
I mean, with
Startup.
Arcwood, you can spend a bar to get B+. 214C.
Hey, Ritter. 214C on for. Oh, wait. Well, you can spend it to B+, but like it doesn't, like, I guess like with CL and stuff, like 236 EX for CL is like a hard call out for like projectiles and stuff, which is, you know,
that's what you mean.
that's what I'm trying to say. Arc, like, yeah, Arc is plus on probably a couple of her EX moves, right? Probably, maybe even, you know, the worst thing to use ever is EXTP, but you know,
I think the only EX move that she's actually plus on is the EX shoulder.
Probably.
Well, on block, I should say.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But yeah. So, definitely, yeah, I guess, like, whatever. Like, I can bitch about the character all I want, but, like, at the end of the day, it's like, do I want to switch off the character or not, right? I do think that the character is more challenging than people say, but, again, like, I don't think it, like, super... Like, I don't really care what people who don't play Melty Blood type Lumina think about Arcwood, you know?
You know what? That's understandable.
Unless they're based. Unless they're like, man, what a fantastic little creature, right? In that case, I want to hear what they have to say about her. So
I personally think Arcwade is a pretty good La Cruchora.
A what?
La Cruchora.
Oh, I'm like, what's a La Cuchora? Now I understand.
The Chupacabra.
What's La
Arcwade Brunston,
La
the
Cucaracha.
Chupacabra.
Right. She fucking is all big misunderstanding. She eats hot dogs, not normal dogs.
So, real quick now, I would like to ask you a question, Shane.
Yes. Yeah, I gotcha.
Is there something that whenever you're playing Melty Blood type Lumina on the Sony PlayStation 4 computer entertainment system, that when you're at locals, you're like, ah, fuck, this is so annoying. I hate this. What do I do, Chief?
I mean, honestly, less like the local scene and more like, so something I had just run into the other day. I was playing somebody who was a Maids player, right? And the Maids player, with Hisui, I was probably cleaning up like maybe about 70-30, 60-40-ish. So it was like a good match, right? I don't feel too bad. I didn't feel like I was bullying because they were like an AACC player, or current code, or whatever you want to call it. And like I can tell because like they know their combos. They're doing like 3.5, like, you know, pretty consistently. Which, like, for me, you know, my trade-off is I have to win neutral 8 times to win.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, but they know their junior bacon cheeseburgers and stuff. And but then they switched to Kohaku, and like suddenly I'm like, fuck. Because Kohaku's got some bigger buttons. She also has some disjointed, like, anti-air normals or command normals.
Yes.
And obviously, you know, like, from the way I play, if I can't jump in, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, right? So there's like I guess the dash blocking like thing, right? So you want to do actually, how does that work? Because how do you dash block? I thought it was macro and then
It is forward A plus B,
Mhm.
and then immediately start holding back or down back.
for some reason on mine that stops the dash.
You don't dash very far with dash blocking.
Oh.
Dash blocking is literally you dash
Okay.
forward a very small amount while guarding.
Okay. So I thought it was like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought Uni has like a dash block OS where basically if you do the dash macro,
Yes, that is
you
the dash
can
block
hold it.
OS in Uni as
Okay,
well.
now-
it is you moving a very small amount forward while blocking.
I thought Uni you could continue to dash while you were holding 3.
No, that
and it
would be broken.
Yes, that does sound a little silly in
Yes.
hindsight.
All right.
So-
But also you're speaking about ground movement. I think
Yes.
there's one thing I would like to maybe hit you with as well.
Yes.
As a food for thought type deal.
Hit me with a food for thought. I'm
so-
need the all you can eat buffet of melty blood food for thought.
So one thing that I can say is Ark's buttons are generally pretty decent, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Like
told.
her 5C is pretty good, her 2C is pretty good. Her 2B is an incredible button. 5B is also pretty good.
How would you compare Arc 2B to Alt 2B Uni?
It's not quite Altnum 2B, but
Okay.
it's close.
It's pretty.
It leads into
nice.
comparable damage. It just doesn't lunge her quite as far.
It does not.
But like 5B is also very good. So it's like, for instance, if you get into like 5B range, one thing I would potentially like to see you do,
Yeah.
is whenever you hit a block string, right? But it's kind of far. Either converting into B or A or B lariat in an attempt to try to get a mix-up going or taking your turn back. Or going into your Rekkas, right?
When you say Rekkas, you mean 623 and 236?
236.
Specific. Okay, gotcha.
So going into Rekkas and then going for the high-low off of the Rekkas, right?
Right.
And here's the thing that's nice about Arc. Because she has those Rekkas, you can go high-low. And if you go just like, her normal sequence, like with the low, right?
Right.
And then your opponent blocks it.
Is that a low or is it a mid?
The neutral is a low.
Yeah.
And then back is an overhead.
Okay, I didn't know that the neutral is a low. That sounds nuts.
No, it's actually nutty. No,
Is
yeah,
there
it's a
any
low.
real difference between A and B besides the fact that A has the increase version?
I do not know the exact
I
thing behind
think
that.
I
I think B has a little more range.
maybe. Okay, well that's a Mizumi question, I guess.
No, they're about the same range then. Okay. So,
Doom
the
says
big
B is
thing-
faster. This game is fucked up.
Okay.
Yep.
So, but the big thing I want to say is you can use this as a very good block string filler. So it's like you started a string with like 5B or whatever, and you're going into stuff, and you can either reverse beat and go for reverse beat pressure, or you can go into the Rekkas, and then if
And
they
try
after
for a
they block
high-low.
the Rekkas, if they've blocked whatever you did, cancel into 214C. Keep your shit going.
Okay. So like so that'll be like okay, well, not quite like that.
No. Calm down. You need calm down. I
Okay.
see you were just kind of hitting stuff, and
Yeah.
that is always the sign of you're thinking too much.
Okay, all right.
You're panicking.
Sure.
Deep breaths. I know this sounds silly.
No, you're right. You're right because I'm not like emotionally, I'm not agitated, but I do fall into like kind of like mashing like like and then like like here's like my controller. I'm like just waiting for the opportunity to 214 BC or 214C.
Would you want me to kind of show you what it is that I'm doing so that way you have a better idea?
You certainly can't. I think I know though, right? You're just saying just do some normals into a special into an EX, right?
You're essentially wanting to do normals into your Rekkas.
Yeah.
And then once you finish the Rekkas, if it's blocked, you just go, that.
Yeah.
And if you do it right, notice how far you push them back with the string.
Right. So that basically lets me like reset. I'm not worried about like whatever counterattack, and because it's safe. Is it safe on block? Maybe.
No. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
You're pushing them into the corner.
Right, and that's where I want them to be.
And if you're pushing them into the corner from mid-screen off of one errant hit, that's a huge dub for you. And you have them very close after 214C, which is going to let you set up a mix-up.
Yeah. So is the mix-up of the 2 and 4C? I can like choose to left-right them if it connects.
This is on block. This is only on block.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to show you this.
Okay.
Just so that way we can all be on the same page here. So, take a look
Chat,
at
I will have to describe what is going on to you. All right. It's going to be like a baseball game.
Okay, so right now, I have this set up where I have Roa here, mid-screen, and here's essentially what I'm thinking. So it's like, say you're here, and like, oh, you've errantly hit him with a 5B. And
Are you streaming? Oh, okay, there it is. Okay, I got it.
All right, you're in?
Yeah, I'm watching.
So let's say you've done a jump in, right? And
yeah.
you have connected.
IADJC. Okay, so yeah, I get it. So from mid screen, after the block string, after everything, you throw out the 214, and after the 214,
they're cornered.
You're in the corner, which is where you want to be.
And look at the distance that you're at. You're at a distance where
that's 2C.
2B hits. 2C hits. You can IAD. You can overhead. You can run up and throw them.
And the throw in the corner you can convert.
Perfect condition for 1 bar. And even if you're slightly out of that distance, if you're like me and you fuck up.
Sure. You're also, if you're out of that distance, that means depending on which character you're playing against, they might also be out of distance to just retaliate with a 5A or something.
Exactly. And so you basically seal it to bully them with like your shoulder or like a well-placed
kind of wait until like 5B. Cracking them open kind of thing.
Exactly. Or you can poke with 5C and then reverse beat. Because your 5C is very big.
Yeah. I think. What's the arc's longest button? Is it 5C?
I'm pretty sure it is 5C.
Okay. And 5C
in terms of normals.
Is that just because you're in the corner, it blows you back a little bit on block?
I mean, I believe it will do that even mid-screen.
Okay, so it blows them back.
It blows them back, so you're going to get blown
back. So
it
creates the space between the characters, essentially.
Yes, you're going to get that space between no matter what.
So
and then one thing also to keep in mind real quick is while I'm doing these strings... is you can go completely into your auto combo to make more space. So it's like you can go and treating each of those as their own normal. So it's like
okay, so if rapid beat doesn't launch, you can still cancel it into specials and stuff?
Yes. Okay. Yes.
And
you can use that to push more space out.
Do you have a particular feeling? Okay, so then overall you're like leave rapid beat on kind of person?
I always leave rapid beat on because in general, like having access to that auto combo is huge.
Especially with like, because the rapid beat normals are normals that do not otherwise exist, unlike Uni, where it's like the smart steer in Uni just uses other normals.
Yes. And then you don't even have to spend the bar if you don't want to. So it's like, let's say you do the same shit. Going to B elbow. You're taking a risk by doing it, but you essentially push them almost all the way to the corner, and they're still at IAD distance. And at this distance, you can either IAD JC, or you can just run up slightly 2C.
Okay. And 2C is advantageous because it's a little more vertical than 2B.
It's mostly just because it reaches slightly more.
Oh, does it? Okay, got it.
Mostly just because you have to maximize your hitboxes a bit, because if you run in too much, they might have an opportunity to hit a button back.
Yeah. You know what?
So when you're really kind of far away, like at around this distance, it can be advantageous to just slightly dash up and throw out the big button.
Sharp Steven Sharp. Subscribed with Prime. Thank you for the subscription, Steven.
Hello, thank you, Steven
Sharp. Also known as Sharp FGC.
But yeah, like doing that, you can kind of... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, I was going to say Sharp is a TO in my area, so...
Hey, fuck yeah. Support the locals.
I'm playing some Melty Blood.
But yeah, like a big thing about Arc in general is that because she has a lot of shit that's plus, but pushes away, once she has you in the corner, she's able to kind of maul you. And it's like, oh, you have this shit that pushes me away, but I'm still like in a button's distance. I can ID in, I can run in.
There's not really any one button that will push her out of like all options range, right?
A lot of the time, yeah. So it's up to the opponent to call out stuff like, is she gonna do B lariat or only A lariat? Or is she gonna do like these Rekkas and can I shield them properly? And even if I can, like, you know.
So after that, it's just kind of like almost like a war of attrition for like seeing if you can, like it's a matter of time kind of thing before like you open them up, right? Like unless they're just like they're a master of defense and they can block everything.
Exactly. It is one of those things where she has so many options to keep her turn going that as long as she has bar, eventually she can attempt to open you up, and then you on defense, it is your job to try to take the one gap that you know will eventually be there and making your fucking way out. Because the way offense work is that eventually there has to be a gap, and there's a way that you can exploit that.
Nago, thank you for the follow. It's good to see you. Hello. I am actually, so I'm going to write this down because sometimes I forget and I would hate to revert back to square one. But I think the big things we talked about were using like practicing against the different training mode dummies or the different reversal responses or whatever. This is some real scientific shit right here. I've got my Google Notes open. So that's like, I don't know, like 2A, DP... shield, and was there another one, or we just set one of them as
I just sort of set those as just like what you might expect for the character.
Right.
It's one of those things where in general you tend to just would want to experiment with a lot of stuff.
Right.
So if you see something that's like annoying and you want to have an answer to it, that's what you would use that tool for. And then I kind of showed you also the basic game, a basic game plan with Arquaid on offense.
Right. So you just normals into special into EX elbow into the corner.
Yes, and that is one like basic. That's one basic facet of her game plan that you can use to just like oppress people. And because like a big thing that I noticed is you just weren't using a lot of your resources very well.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's one of the things I love to implant in people in almost any fighting game that has resources. Use it or lose it.
Right.
Don't be afraid to just do it in terms of like using the shit that you have. Because if you're not using those resources, you're not generating more resources. And, like, usually using your resources on, like, a level 3, for instance...
Yeah.
Honestly isn't very good, especially with Arc.
No.
Her normal confirms do, like, relatively comparable damage with much better setup.
Right. Also, I feel like Arc, level 3, something... I know they didn't... People say nothing changed, but I feel like people jump out of it way more easily than they used to. And I'm not sure if that's a matter of like everybody's more experienced or it's just less full screen than it used to be or what.
It's still completely omnidirectional. It hits everywhere. It is just one of those things where it's only one hit.
Right.
So if you shield that first hit, you just play through the entire animation and Arc can't actually do anything. It's a very funny interaction. Like, Alko has the similar thing where it's like you can shield and then teleport behind her, and then you can just charge because she's invincible while she's firing all the lasers.
Right, but she only fires the first two unless she gets the hit confirms, right?
Yeah, so you basically wait for her to get done firing the lasers, you charge, and then you do the most optimal punish of your fucking life.
Sure.
It's so funny. It's so funny.
Yeah.
And PCLs is also similar in that regard.
You know, we don't talk about that character. That character's fucking terrifying.
And then, like, yeah, I know you already know about combo stuff, right? Like, you've been practicing your combos, so it's like, I'm not going to tell you,
I mean,
Oh, hey, get your confirms down.
no, you can tell me to get my confirms, and my confirms are clearly dog shit.
I mean, you were getting some damage on the table when we were playing.
Like a little.
No, like legitimately, you were getting some damage on the table, and you were ending with air throws and shit. Like it's honestly not like you're not doing incredible optimal stuff, but I can see the pathway in which you're learning. So I'm legitimately at this point in time not super worried. And part of that will be like start using your resources a little more, and then like that'll open up because you'll have more opportunities to get hits. So like I think the big thing I would want to see you practice in offense is block strings. Like what I kind of showed you earlier, where you're just like converting off of one errant hit into like Rekkas into 2-1-4C.
Right. Just longer combos, strings, like keeping them like pressured and stuff.
Yeah.
Did we ever talk about exactly? So the big thing with Moon is like it has some, it's strike invulnerable for a couple of frames, and then it gives you clash on Moon skill.
Yes.
I'm gonna write down those because we also talked about.
It also lets you cancel
jump
basically
cancel.
anything. No, not just jump.
Oh yeah.
It's like a rapid cancel.
Yeah. Okay.
So like a good thing that you can do for Arc, for instance, is you know how earlier I was like you can block string into Rekkas.
Yes.
And then you can spend a bar. Instead, you can spend Moon, and then get a mix-up that way.
Okay, yeah.
So you could do Rekka, Moon skill, dash up low, or instant air dash, jump B or jump C.
Can you cancel whiffs and confirms with Moondrive?
Specials you can cancel on whiff.
Okay. But not normals?
Only on hit or block.
Okay.
But you can literally whiff a special move and then immediately Moondrive cancel on whiff. You can also cancel your first A normal on whiff.
Just A's?
Just A's.
Okay.
And only the first one, because your A's have the property to be whiff cancel into any button. So you can do like 2A, 2C, or 2A, 2B. 5A, 2A, stuff like that. So like a very good OS, for instance, for catching backdashes is you can do like 2A, 5C.
2A, 5C.
Yeah, 2A, 5C or 2A, 2C. And you can potentially catch backdashes with that a lot of the time. And it's also why the shield option select works. Because you're able to whiff cancel that first jab into a shield.
Moondrive also makes every Moon skill 1 frame faster, right? Activation.
I don't remember if it fucks with the frame date on startup.
Okay. I think it makes it active 1 frame faster, but I'm not 100% sure. And then the other thing was we were talking about heat, and the different kinds of heat. So there's normal heat, blowback edge heat, or icy heat, or whatever you want to call it. And there's also basically using it like whatever you'd want to. What's that technically called?
Guard cancel.
Guard cancel heat.
Yeah.
Okay. So those are the defensive options. Very studious. I gotta tell you, genuinely, like I feel like lately I've been having a hard time learning things, and I don't know if it's just because I'm plateauing in the things that I'm trying at, or because I'm getting older and stupider and a bit worse at like learning things. But it's a scary thing because like that's what we're supposed to be good at as people, right? I was playing Tetris Attack yesterday. I must have played 40 games of that. I don't think I ever got better.
Woo.
Terrifying.
Do you agree from being in the ring with Shane, throw longer combo block strings?
Yeah, that's Zaki. I play with Zaki sometimes.
Hi.
He didn't he didn't want to see my Arcwood. He doesn't want to see my labbed Arcwood. One of the fucking guys that is in my local scene, every time I hang out with him, I learn new slang. Did I ever talk about this? I feel like I just brought this up on Tuesday's stream, but I'm not 100% sure. So he was saying like somebody referred to locals as like, oh dude, infinite money glitch.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about this.
So there's that, and then like a couple like a month ago or something, he was like, oh dude, my Tesla on Waku Waku 7, kind of nice, kind of nice. I mean, I don't know, man. It's kind of. And now the other one was he goes like, oh dude, like this guy thinks he's good at uni. He hasn't seen my my flare in
Idle Showdown.
Yeah, fucking I don't whatever puzzle game I was just playing yesterday, like Pon no Pico or something, whatever the original Tetris attack was.
Pon no Peace or something.
Something like that. I bitched about it today on Twitter. I mentioned how I got schmixed for 40 rounds, but I just think it's so funny when people like, oh, I don't, man, he hasn't seen my Corona, you know. He's got to see my Corona. You don't want to see my Corona. People ducking my Corona. Playing fucking Yoshi's Cookie. Oh, people don't want to see my Bowser. Everybody ducks my Bowser in the Yoshi's Cookie Discord. Alright, so we've got our defensive options, we've got our offensive options, we've got our things to work on, and you say the number one thing, besides, like, just practicing with, like, defense,
practicing defense, getting better block strings.
Better meaning longer?
Essentially, like, block strings that convert into opportunities.
Uh-huh.
As well as just using your resources.
Uh-huh.
So, like, for example, if you jump in at somebody and do jump C and they've blocked it, being able to convert that into an opportunity for a mix-up.
Right, and that can be done in, like, that in particular is probably Moondrive, right?
So with, like, once they've blocked the jump C,
yeah,
that's when you can go for either 2A or, like, some other bullshit.
Yeah.
And then if they block the 2A, that's when you start going into a block string, going into Rekkas.
Pushing them into the corner kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah, and then from the Rekkas, you can either Moondrive or you can spend a bar with 214C.
Right. So, okay, cool. So, yes, all of these things. I'm scared. It is a poke. That is a poke thing. Yes. Yeah. He's a funny guy. He'll literally like never plays fucking Hwara Grand Finals. He's like, I'm gonna pull out Hwara, and then he'll be talking the entire time, and they'll be like, dude, this character's dog shit. He's like, no, dude, trust me, Hwara, he's the secret champion, dude. Very funny.
The Evo secret champion, the final boss.
It's so. I think this kid is so funny because he's so fucking good at fighting games, but he's not like a sweat about it. He's just like there to have a good time. He like, for him, going to locals for this guy, he's like, I'm gonna take second place in 2 brackets, and I'm gonna blow the entire pot on whatever like cheap restaurant we go to on the way back. And like, what a way to live.
That's so strong.
He's got it figured out. We went to Waffle House last time because they don't have Waffle Houses in Michigan.
And you ain't never been to Michigan if you ain't seen this.
You've never been to Michigan if you ain't seen this before. Fucking... I can never stop thinking about that video, and then the one where they edit the Futurama one over it.
Yes.
It's Saturday night. I have no date. A 2-liter bottle of Shasta and an all-rush mixtape. Let's rock. And fucking instant round start CADP. Perfect. Nothing better. Nothing better.
So then I have one last question for you then, Shane.
Yes.
Would you like to have an Ender for the night?
Ender, I hardly know her, yes.
Alright, so would you want to run one more first to 5? Either against my Tono, or we could play the Arcade Mirror.
Ooh. That's very, very tempting. I'm wondering, I guess, I feel like the Arcade Mirror could be, like, informational or informative, because if I can watch something you do and be like, oh, why did this work against me, kind of thing, and, like,
I can warn you, my Arcade's a little all over the place, but I have very fundamental understandings of stuff.
Kinda nice. That's fine with me. Like I said, I don't mind, like, grinding losses out and stuff.
All right, we will get this first to 5 running, and
All right.
then I think the Muffler-Sensei course will be brought to an end.
And then I have homework to do. So,
Yeah.
questions. Most of these things, I assume, aside from the character specific, like put them in the corner thing with Arc, because like that's like her game plan.
That is like one of her main wins.
So I do have the CL Nendoroid coming in an estimated delivery date of October.
Yes.
So most of the fundamental stuff, like heat, moon drive, practicing the different reversals and stuff, longer block strings, using resources and stuff. Most of those
very
I assume,
universal.
Universal. What would you say if you wanted to recommend like something to practice with CL?
So CL is a little more interesting because she doesn't have quite as big buttons in terms of her normals.
Right. But she does have
CL
the keys.
a lot of the time is patience.
Right.
You want to be able to have very clean air movement. You want to be able to know when and where you can throw keys, what angles you would want to control against specific characters. And really the pace in which you would want to play. Because there are some matchups where CL wants to play kind of fast. And then there are some matchups where CL wants to turtle out, wait for people to come to her, and then essentially play like the Melty Blood version of Guile.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Tono CL, for example. She plays constant keep away against Tono, and it is Tono's job to close the distance and essentially keep her locked down.
But against Vlav, it might be more of a rushdown kind of plan.
Yeah, against Vlov, for instance, you might like be chucking a key in between, like maybe like a whiffed projectile, or you're scoping out maybe him trying to call out a jump, and he's throwing an up fireball, and then you throw a key in retaliation.
Right.
But a lot of the, or like let's say he's doing like he's throwing a fireball, and then you call it out with your invincible full screen super to like get a hit there.
You mean
that's the way you would
2360X?
Yeah. The
that
EX
button's so
move
fucked
throw
up.
bar. Yeah, that move, for instance, like that's one of the great equalizers that CL has against other zoners.
Right.
Is more dedicated zoners. CL can spend a bar and just be like, "Fuck it, I'm in."
Imaginary numeral. Thank you for the follow.
Much appreciated.
Godaiba.
Yeah, so it's like that's like one way that you would want to like have CL. Like CL is a character that is able to control the pace of the game almost no matter the matchup. The big exception to that is like I think the only other character that's a bigger pacemaker is Alko, Vlov, maybe Vlov,
right,
and Roa. Roa is built to be able to control the pace of the game because of the places where he's able to dominate screen space.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense. I think in general, I haven't found, like, I'm still, like, fighting game baby. It's very exciting. It's very exciting being new at things because, in, like, beyond just fighting games, but also in fighting games, because it's, like, what kind of, like, player will I be? What kind of artist will I be? Like, what kind of, like, career am I going to have in, like, these various disciplines and things and activities? And it's really exciting to see, like, what kind of, like, without knowing, like, just, you know, like, am I going to be a player that likes to play really well-balanced characters? Like, CL has a little bit of everything, but isn't, like, particularly cracked. You know, kind of like jack of all trades, or that's what some people say. And I know FGC, like, analysis is always, like, kind of contentious. Or, like, am I going to be, like, a gorilla who likes to play characters like Arcoid, and stuff like that. So I definitely want to kind of try both out, or maybe, you know, maybe I, like, do both, or whatever, but yeah. Fun stuff. Anyways, all that said, I think if you want to do the first to 5 arc mirror, I am down, and then we can dismiss class.
All right. Well, I have the room up. You know the magic word.
The magic word.
That also reminds me, it is now time for me to change my character from Shiki Tono to Shiki Blono.
Huh?
That's my new name for Arcoid.
Shiki. No. You know, I was thinking before we started the stream, like we said, like, all the Tsukihime characters are problematic, and then I remembered Arcoid, and I thought she's never done anything wrong in her life. And then 2 seconds ago, I remembered that there was something she kind of did that may have been a little wrong.
Yeah. Arcoid's killed people.
She's killed an entire race of people.
Yeah.
She kind of killed all the true ancestors, but to be fair, it was kind of their fault. Arcoid did nothing wrong.
Oh my god.
They made a creature out of who knows what. They made a creature out of who knows what to be like their god essentially, and then some schmuck in the 1700s or whatever comes up and he's like, I don't know, she kinda, and then he's like, hey, you want to drink some of my blood? And that was it, dude. Game, set, match. That was it for the true ancestors.
Not to mention, there was that weird scientist man that decided, oh, hey, that Arcoid girl's pretty cool. I'm gonna make a cat version of her.
Okay, so I think, respectfully, I think you may be a little bit crossed up on your Tsukihime Nekoark lore. I think that what it is, you're talking about Schweinorg, right? Zeldritch?
Hang on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Zeldritch.
So Zeldritch, this is lore I can learn easy. So Zeldritch, his whole thing, the second magic, is traveling between dimensions. So like in Unlimited Blade or in Heaven's Field, the jeweled sword of Zeldritch allows him to take energy from other universes in the infinite number of other universes and channel it through. So that's why it's like this god tier weapon. Yes. And one of the things he can do is he can go into other worlds kind of at will. And Nekoark is from the cat universe, where instead of people, there's cats.
Gotcha.
I believe that is the origin. That is the origin story. Uh-oh. Is that a rollback, or I'm just dizzy?
I think you're just dizzy.
Dude, my call out, my 5-8 call is kind of nice. Oh shit. Did you just try to grab me?
Yes.
Oh. Great minds think alike, I guess. I always think about when I'm sweating and like playing Ultra Instinct instead of playing intelligently. I think about Mochi, and at Arc Evo, just sitting there, cool as a cucumber, you know, versus like the opposition, who is sitting there, not very cool at all, in my opinion. Kind of stressed out, actually. Oh, dude, that's game. That was close though. But it was pretty close, though.
It was pretty low, it was pretty close.
My Arcade was cooking. No butter, no oil. And what does RedMufflerMan start doing? Starts fucking smashing 2B in neutral like it's his fucking job. Man, I fucking hate Arc players, man. That character is not bad. Oh, dude. I made a tremendous mistake. 236 did not have the hitbox that I thought it would. Ooh. I'm still surprised that 236 third Rekka is a low.
No, yeah.
I didn't realize it was a LOL guess. I thought it was like one is a mid and the other is an
No, it is
overhead.
actually LOL guess.
Fuck.
Not to mention, at any point, you can also just, like, stop at the second Rekka, and then be like, there's actually no third hit. I'm just resetting my pressure. Fuck you!
Oh, fuck. I didn't even think about that.
No, I set this to first to 5, but then it brought us back, so I guess I didn't set it correctly. Fuck it. We'll just have to keep track the old-fashioned way.
Oh, fuck.
By that, I mean after this, I will set it properly.
There you go.
I don't have time to dally around.
I am a big believer in the power of the fatal JA.
No, JA also with this character is incredible. I have no idea how to get the relaunch with her.
The what?
The relaunch combo.
Oh god. It depends. I know that if you've got wall bounce, you can actually do 4C into it. Oh man. I think sometimes, like, right there, I was trying to go into elbow or lariat or whatever you want to call it, but I simply did not have, I don't know, I guess I must have, like, flubbed the input or something. Oh, man. Oh! That's fair, that's fair.
Dante's stage is so fucking good. Oh, you went for that one. I'm dead. Oh, I'm not dead. Oh, wait,
No, you're forgetting. You're
We'll
forgetting.
it again. Okay,
No! What are you? Why? There was no reason. Oh, that was good. That was good. Oh, shit. So, again, that was a place I was trying to cancel, but I think that I was just mashing too much to actually get the correct command input out.
Gotcha.
That button's so good. Dude, she needs it.
Incredible.
She needs it. Oh, I guessed wrong. That's fair though. That was low anyways. That would have gone through. Even in Melty. Oh. No. I don't like that. Oh fuck. That's okay. I'll take the health back. Bummer I didn't use that for anything good though. Oh! Ooh, oh, oh, oh. I don't know about you, but when one of the characters is in the air, I go like sponge garm. Oh, you know what I mean?
Oh. All right, here we go.
I genuinely
set the room properly.
I genuinely do not know what to do because I can't tell where the person on the ground is very well. And if I'm the person on the ground, I don't know where they're going to land, and I don't know where I am.
Okay. No, I get that. I get that. That's one of those things of, like, once you've kind of played for a while, keeping track of your own character just becomes second nature.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the easiest way to train that is stop looking at your own character and only look at your opponent's.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I've heard that
basically what
before.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, it's hard. I will not say it's easy.
And you're never surprised where your character is, even when they go off screen? Oh, that's on me.
Not usually.
Oh, that was oh, oh, the IAD, harshing my vibe.
You did a mix-up. Let's go.
Yeah, it's a pretty good button. Oh, it's a good button.
That's such a good button. God.
Arc JB and JC are the buttons of all time.
They really are. Oh, Doom is apparently wanting games.
What am I supposed to do? Yep. One too many DPs has worked for me to have done that with any kind of like level of confidence.
Damn. If only I knew confirms. But what if?
I'm telling you, this Arcwig character, she's got to be the hardest character to play in the game. Fuck! No.
You turned into Frank Castle there for a second.
Wait!
No. Wait.
You ever seen that fucking... I don't know what it was from, if it was like from Biggest Loser or something, but I think about this meme from 10 years ago all the time, where it's like this guy, and it's like me going up to my mom at 9 p.m. on a Wednesday telling her that I need a glue stick for our class project, and he's like... he's like sweating. Alright, well, that's... I was hoping that would hit you more than just a couple of times, but...
That clash, holy fuck, Lois.
I was fucking blocking! I don't know why I keep on, like, backdashing in the corner, and I don't know if that's something I should not be doing.
Backdashing in the corner has payoffs. It's very high risk.
Like, it worked there, but, like, I feel like I should not get used to it too much. It's a good button. No! I think that's dead. I think that's dead. No, I'm nice! I'm so nice!
Understandable.
I'm nice! No, I'm fucking dog shit!
I thought the teleport was gonna kill, and it did not. No, very sad.
No, I had another shot, but I gave up too quickly. I was not a Chad like belief in humanity enjoyer in that moment. Oh, that was. What do you mean it's not safe on block? That's fair.
It's not safe on block.
Getting raw 3 seed with this character makes me feel so stupid. Somebody, like, I've heard people say that, like, jumping in fighting games is, like, a very, like, beginner thing or whatever, but, like, this is Melty Blood, right? Like, this, surely the same rules do not... What? Alright, Isaac. Fuck. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. You can't just IC the JC all the time. You need to pick one of the other 14 characters that can do it.
I mean, Arc JC is just such a fucking oppressive... Okay, so the best way that I like to describe Arc with JC is you're in the air. No, you're not.
Yeah. It's a good button.
I have a Boeing 747 in my thighs.
If we're lucky. Whoa! Oh, dude, I'm nice. That's it.
Good frame trap.
I don't even know what a frame trap is. Oh shit! I accidentally pressed the start button.
Oh shit.
That's okay. That's okay. We're good. We're good. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for my junior bacon cheeseburgers now. Oh, the DP. Is there a reason you go for Moon? Oh, it's just because you have Moon on right now.
Moon Drive.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense then. I'm stupid. I'm so stupid. I feel like JC or 5CIC is not a good Oki option that I have conditioned myself into using like a buffoon.
It is not good for...
No, but have you ever hit with it though? Have you? It's kind of...
Oh no, totally.
Oh fuck! No, no! No! No!
If I ever get the chance to voice in a fighting game, I definitely want that to be my air throw animation sound. It's just that maniacal laugh as I send you barreling to the ground.
Oh, if I don't hear a Red Muff, oh! Some saber ass bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. What is that? If I don't hear a Red Muffler character that has like a distinct like wheeze in like the next 5 years, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. Oh damn. Ah! Armored, huh? Ah! That fucking... Oh. Why do they make moon skills beat non-moon skill clash frames? I don't know. It's active for 5 billion years, hits people above you, her butt is a hitbox, the boots have no hurtbox, and it can cook me breakfast.
Yes.
Okay, so when... The good news is, I can explain this. You are mistaking Arc's JC, a part of its properties, for CL JC, or JB. I believe that is JB. As you can see, it is up on my stream. What is this? What is this?
Jarl.
Jarl Swag Dog. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, Arc CLJB, her dumpy has its own hitbox for no fucking reason. Other than the fact that she's fucking cool. That's why. That's the only reason that it has a hitbox. I'm stupid. Oh! I wasn't safe on block. Oh! What? That's a good button though, right? That feels good to hit. For me, like honestly, hitting arc, IC, yeah, I knew you were gonna block there. But I didn't want to believe in my heart of hearts. Oh, this hand of mine is filled with an awesome power! It's telling me to DP on Wake Up! Go! I thought for sure my 5A would. No, I'm stupid! I gotta stop doing that, dude. I'm going Ultra Instinct in the worst way possible. Ah! That was supposed to be a grab, just for the record. No! Dude, I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Jowarida. Oh! Oh, I'm out! Oh, it's over now! No!
Also imaginary. I will hold you to that.
What is?
Holy fuck. Oh, fuck.
Arc JC also has a small butt hitbox. It's a lot smaller. I gotta say,
Arcwade has the smaller dumpy.
That is atrocious. I do not. I hate thinking about that because that would break my heart. No, because no, canonically,
I have seen a good amount of official art. I hate to tell you this. I
have not seen cheeked up Arcwid art, and I read the manga. Like they just kind of like. For the record, I was doing the same thing.
Oh, I hit the wrong one. Fuck it.
What? Excuse what? But yeah, canonically speaking, in the PCL versus Arcwid matchup, if PCL takes a round, she says to Arcwid, "You have all of the elegance of a dump truck." Therefore, we can conclude that Arcwid canonically has a dumpy that damages her ability to maneuver the battlefield.
Oh, I was about to bait that. Fuck.
Ooh. Ooh. Whatever.
Oh,
I knew I wasn't gonna get anything crazy from it, but
hey, you're gonna knock down. That's huge.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have any meter right now?
Still converted to almost 3K.
That's pretty good for a silly little guy like me.
That was actually solid. You were running mix there.
I can't, like, you know how have you ever watched a Red Naruto?
No. Oh yes, yes.
Okay, so in Naruto, what happens in the Forest of Death? Orochimaru hits him with the 5-pronged seal. And
yes.
It's kind of fucking him up, right? And then later, Jiraiya, the sage, the great toad sage, right? He discovers that the 5-pronged seal that Orochimaru put on Naruto, it is merging his chakra. I'm nice. It is merging his chakra with... No way, I'm dead.
I think you're alive.
No, I'm dead.
No, you're dead.
I'm dead as fuck. It merges his chakra with the chakra of the Nine Tails in an unbalanced way that's making it hard for him to get anything done. And what's happening right now is my adrenaline combined with the education I have just received, that was nuts, is combining in an unstable way that is what the fuck was that? Yo, intentional run-up shield overhead. That is causing unpredictable results to happen. I also think about it like it's really hard. So like when you're playing beginners, you can have like crazy things happen sometimes because you'll get beginners who will do things that that an experienced player would never do, right? Shit!
Ah, I didn't get my heat!
Oh no! Is he dead? Ah! Yeah, baby!
I was trying to do icy heat to see if I could get through it.
Do you think Captain Ginyu would dab if Dragon Ball were written in the mid-2010s?
100% yes.
Anyways, like I was saying, this is exactly like Yu-Gi-Oh!
I see. Dual monsters or GX?
Dude, I'm gonna fatal you one more time there. Holy shit. I was thinking of Dual Monsters, the original. Right. You... Stop that. Fucking tonal player brain, dude.
Understandable.
No! That fucking moon drive, dude. Oh, those moon drive. Oh! Oh, damn. Couldn't do anything with it. I don't know if it's too slow to do anything or if I would have needed EX to do something with it. Because you can cancel specials into EX. Shit. I don't know. Oh! I don't know what that was. But anyways, as I was saying, basically, it's like when Pegasus is playing Yugi at the end of the Duelist Island arc.
Yes.
You can't read my mind if I'm not thinking.
True.
I mean, it can be like Hunter x Hunter, like the fucking Netero versus Meruem. Oh! I just got left-righted by walking slowly. He's just walking slowly to the left, menacingly. Shit! Are you familiar? Have you read Hunter x Hunter?
Yes.
It's pretty good. I mean, it's...
I remember she has a fucking 1C, I think, or some shit.
1C?
The little knee hop thing she has.
Her 4C?
4C, yeah.
Yeah, and 4C is special. You can cancel it. I'm stupid. I knew that was coming. I was watching you fucking low guard. 4C, you can cancel, actually, if you're really fast. And it's another, like, bullshit Arcwid as a high execution fucking character thing. You can cancel the first hit of 4C into anything, really. I don't know
that you can also cancel it into her dive kick.
You can, but that would probably be the second hit because you're not airborne until the second hit. And it's like that shit's tight. That's a tight hit. And that's like the thing with Arcwid that's I think makes her like in terms like if you're playing with beginners, whatever, you're all going to use rapid beat anyways. Like she's probably pretty strong because her game plan is more or less the same. She's got the big button, she's got the fast frame data, she's got JC. But when you are like learning combos with Arc, it's like some of that shit's fucked up. Like, the things that, like, optimal combos or whatever are, like, the most insane things possible. It's like, oh, yeah, well, you have to do, like, the links are nuts. Sometimes it's like, okay, so you're going to do, like, you know, 5A, 5B, 5C, 4C. 4C takes you into the air, and then you're going to do an, like a JC, and then you're going to do air dash into 2C, and then you're going to land, but there's landing lag because you use 2C, and because you connect on 2C, then there's, I think, 2 to 6 frames of landing lag, and then from there you want to do 236B, and then you do 236EX, and like all of that work for those tight links for like 2800 damage. You can probably do more with it, and I'm sure like people have workshopped it, but like some of the thing, like there are like Arcwid links that people are like, nah, I'm not doing that shit. It's disgusting.
I mean, that's the thing is a lot of the top end shit, you don't need to do it.
Right.
As long as you're doing enough damage and getting setups, it doesn't really matter. And you can learn the harder stuff as you go.
That's kind of my approach right now is, and again, like, I've said this before, but like, I think of, I wish I had like a, I wish I had a notepad somewhere around here. I'm at my desk. I should have a notepad. But I think that a lot of people kind of think like, let me see if I can get a, is this the way to do it, or should I just pull out my iPad? A lot of people think of, I
will disband the room, by the way. I'm going to kill us all.
Kill us all. Like Arcwid, when she had a little bit of that fucking Italian scientist Kool-Aid.
Oh god, yeah, when she drank the Kool-Aid, that was a little too much.
Alright, so here I have, from a long time ago, a sketch, a sketch pad that is just a couple of Neros.
Yes.
And you know what I'll do, actually? I can actually do better than this, because I'm going to go into... I have a scene for Air Server, which is what I use to mirror my iPad. This is going somewhere, I promise. I've been using the same combo as version 1, been doing 5 my 3.8. Yeah. I've been told by a wise man named Noctis that the most optimal combo is the one that you never fumble.
Yeah,
right?
the most optimal combo is the one that you will never drop ever.
Right.
And then there's the one that does 5,000 more damage. But, you know, that's
dude, my JA combo off the chain, but it only does 480 damage. All right.
Hey yo, Twitch just paid me. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. The red muffler paycheck in this economy. Oh, cool. I still have Saber Lily up there. We're gonna leave her just because I think she's fun. Baby girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you. Let me buy you a burger. So I think that basically, like, a lot of players, there's two ways I think that, like, people kind of think, right? There's like, all right, so here's, like, let's say, like, so this is gonna be like a graph, right? Like I'm starting a combo. Fuck, dude. And here's like JC, like JC, not jump cancel. And some people will be like, okay, I'm doing this combo, so I'm gonna do JC into whatever, into whatever, into whatever, into whatever, into whatever. And if it's like, oh, if I fumble this link, well, now I'm fucked, right? But some people, in the way I would like myself to be, is they don't really think about these things like that. They think about them like this, right? Where, like, everything has, it's not about, like, I need to stick to this one combo. I know what cancels into here and, like, what my spacing is. So maybe I do JC and, like, this doesn't have, like, you know, I get here, maybe I do, like, this is a 2A. And maybe the 2A, like, okay, well, now my spacing's a little weird. So instead of doing, you know, maybe 2B is not going to do it here, and this is, like, the 2B link, maybe from there, we go to, like, 2C. And then, you know, like, from there, like, I know, like, what 2C can go into and so on and so forth. So instead of being, like, linear, like this, I like to think of it more as, like, kind of like a tree of, like, you know, different options and stuff.
So I know for me, the way I tend to think about combos that makes things a lot easier is I almost never think of them as individual moves or individual pieces, right?
Okay.
I always think of them as chunks of the combo theory. Yeah. So with Tono, for instance, it's like I have 2B, 5C, 2C. Like, I know for sure that whatever I do in terms of a ground string can always go into 2C.
Yeah.
Into slide.
So okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down. You're saying you're not even thinking about it like this. You're thinking about it like this.
As blocks, essentially.
Yeah, that makes sense too. And I think that's definitely a good way to, like, think about it.
If you're thinking about your combos in blocks, it's a lot easier to make micro adjustments.
And when you say micro adjustments, do you mean like swap one out for another, or do you mean like
either swap out to a different block to make the combo work, or if you're doing that block, then you're like, wait a minute. Okay, I'm doing this part, this block of the combo, but I realize now that this small part won't work, so I'm just going to omit this part for the block. Because you're thinking only about the block and not the 5,000 moves that come next.
So, in other words, okay, let's say if you had a block that was like 2A, 2B, and 2C, and you're like...
Yeah, I would be thinking about the block.
And you're like, well, I'm not in range for 2A, you would just go like...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
You're thinking about it in chunks. And in general, chunking it makes combos a lot easier.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think about the part that I do for the ground string, and then once I get to the slide, I'm like, did I start with a 2B or a 2A? If I started with a 2B, I get to go into double slide. If I started with a 2A or a shittier starter, I immediately just go into my jump cancel, and then go to that next chunk.
Yeah.
Like, literally, the big thing with Tono is just... You just pay attention to whatever you started the combo with.
Yeah.
And then once you do that, it's like a very small decision tree you have to make. Unless you're going for some of the fancier side swap stuff, or some of the moon skill stuff to build extra bar.
Yeah. Sim is saying 2B, 5C, 4C, IAD, JC, 5B, 214A, 2C, 236 Rapid Beat, 214... Okay, wait, no, 236 is not Rapid Beat. 236 Full Rekka, into 214C into a mix-up, repeat until they die. That sounds like a pretty good combo.
No, yeah, that's a very, very good combo that's not super hard to do.
Classic arc combo. I'm going to put this in my
Really, notes. The only hard part of that at all, I think, would be potentially the IAD JC.
Macros, though.
No, it isn't even like the macro part.
The
It's
landing.
just timing it in general. Like if you're not used to doing IAD combos, like that might be a little finicky for you.
I
but
think
it's something that you could probably do with just
the
a little bit of
IAD
practice.
part isn't as hard to me. It's when you have IADs with delays in them that gets tricky.
Yes.
Because there are a lot of arc combos where it's like you need to make sure that your enemy is as low as they possibly are or as high as they possibly are in like their like trajectory. In order to there we go. In order to make sure like it like goes through, because like if you do it when they're too high, well then they're gonna like tech out up, and if you do it when they're too low, they're gonna bounce to the ground and like be able to tech, and you're gonna drop the combo, and so on and so forth. RTG Strems. I just woke up from a nap. What's going on? We just had the educational session of a lifetime. Can you believe it?
I taught a man how to melt blood.
My blood is going from a solid to a liquid form at a rapid pace.
My blood going from a solid to a liquid form at a rapid pace.
Incredible. Let's put this guy on screen just
My
'cause.
fellow Americans, I would like to inform you all that it's a good-ass boy with an empty head full of microplastics.
He sure is. He sure is. I love
Actually,
this
he's full
little
of
guy.
lead, but...
He's full of lead, but like spiritually, he's full of microplastics. I fucked one thing up here, and I wanted to change it, but it doesn't matter.
Should blood be solid normally? Yes, what's wrong?
Yeah, if your blood is not solid, you are not drinking enough rat poison. You've got fluoride in your water instead of rat poison, and that is problematic.
It is very problematic.
Anyways, Mr. Muffler-Man, thank you for this incredibly enlightening session.
Hi.
Actually, genuinely very helpful. Let me switch scenes, or we can just look at Sojiro for the rest of the stream, I guess. I have to move CL. You know what the problem is? CL, that used to be Mika, and I was just having her hang out there because I like the face she was making. She's making the XD face. But now that we're here, no thoughts. CL Dumpy. Here's the thing about this. Like, look at this fucking hitbox right here. That's not her ass. It's not anything. It is just like her coat, her whatever.
Look, I
those
mean,
things are.
Jin Kisaragi has a move where he literally flips and hits you with his coattails. Jin Kisaragi Jump B is one of my favorite moves in all of video
It's
games.
a good move. It's a good move. Were you there, Mr. Muffler-Man, when I was discussing whether or not Orie 3C was just there specifically to confirm that she wears thigh highs and not tights?
I was not there for that.
I don't think it has a lot of practical application. That's my working thesis. Anyways.
Oh, wait, her 3C?
Her 3... Is that the... I think that's the
The one where she has the little hop, right?
little hop kick.
That move is incredibly good.
Never mind. I'm full of shit.
No, okay, so real quick, just because I want to get this out there.
Yeah.
Uni is a game based a lot around throws, right?
Okay.
It's also based a lot around people being able to chuck out lows. Normally, you could do assault into a button, but that's slower. Orie has the option to do that move instead to beat throws and in
Because it's not
general
grounded.
some lows, and is like one of the best counter hit starters in the game. If you counter hit with that move, she just kills you.
I fucking love Uni. Can't wait to be good at it someday. Or at least passable.
It's okay.
So, you know what I forgot to do? I gotta switch back to the Steam plus overlay scene, because here we've got the Red Muffler Man credited on the bottom left corner. He is, for those of you who don't know, I imagine all of you know, but just in case you don't, this man, twitter.com, that's a slash, no, it's a dot, okay, .com / RedMufflerMan.
Hello, I am
Twitch.tv / RedMufflerMan.
Bro.
YouTube.com /
we're going all the way.
Red Muffler Man. I think this one is maybe case sensitive.
I don't know.
And he just recently dropped. What would you call it? Is this an animatic?
It's just, I would just call it an animation.
So there's an animation. Sin Kisuke is a zoomer. It's doing gangbusters on Twitter.com. We've got Alco, my beloved. We got the fan cam edit. I think that anime fan cams are so funny, and also
Anime fan cams are actually the funniest fucking thing on the planet, but they also go way harder.
they also kind of go hard. If I'm gonna sit here, I can't sit here and tell you guys all that, like, oh yeah, like I only ironically enjoy this Tosaka like 16-second fan cam. I would be the biggest fucking liar. I'd be disgusted with myself. Anyways, Mr. Mufflerman, do you have any parting thoughts?
I love video games. I would like to thank RTG for following the homie.
Thank you for the follow, RTG.
Other than that, no, it's just I'm just happy that like I was able to sit down with you and actually kind of give you the spiel,
The 411
on like at least some fighting game stuff, because it's like I didn't really have that ever.
Yeah.
When I was learning, and it led to me getting very frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely feel that like seeing the way that you've been like talking about like playing a lot and whatnot, I could see some of your frustrations, and it literally sent me flashing back to 2009 and 2010 when I felt the exact same way with Street Fighter 4 and BlazBlue. So I'm just like, yeah, you know, if I could help a homie not go through crippling depression over a mass of anime pixels, I'd like to do that.
I think so I like 100%, like I appreciate it. Like is genuinely like, first of all, it's fun to hang out, of course. It's fun to play fighting games. My thing is like I don't need to be like, I'm not like, oh yeah, I want to win that big melty blood money at Evo or whatever, right? I just want to like play good games with my friends.
All $30 of it.
The richest melty. Have you seen the Toledo Locals thing where they've got like a sweatshirt where it's like one of the guys, I think it's one of the TOs. Oh, also there's an anecdote. This same guy, but so one of the TOs, he won AACC in Toledo, and I think the payout was $40. So he's got a picture of him with like 220s like this. He's like world's richest melty blood player. But yeah, I wish I knew this guy's name. I feel terrible because he knows my name because he's a TO, and I just haven't really caught his name. Super nice guy though. We were running Melty last Saturday, or we were running Type Lumina, and it was an hour and a half behind. It was supposed to be running at the same time as King of Fighters, starting at like 7 or something. We didn't start until 8:30 because him and fucking Mocha were playing Flesh and Blood, and he just never started the bracket.
What the fuck?
It was really funny. They were having a great time, but at the same time, it was like, hey, are we supposed to be playing Melty? And he's like, oh, we're almost done. It's like 8:30, and then we run the bracket in like 30 minutes. So,
I mean, Type Lumina brackets don't tend to run very long.
No, I did win a match though, because not everybody there was cracked out of their mind. So I was very happy with that. It was pretty close, but it was pretty close though.
Pretty close.
Anyways, at this time, wow. By the way, at some point I passed 100 followers. We're up to 111. Thank you all for supporting me on my silly one-off streams.
Ayo.
I think that we're gonna raid June. He's June Yoon is he's a really nice guy. He's kind of a major player in the online voiceover community. He's a voice actor. A lot of people kind of look at him as voiceover dad, and yeah, I can understand why. He's a nice guy. He's a really nice guy, and he's happy to help people out and blah blah blah. So we're gonna raid.
Class with him once. It was definitely in like my top 3 classes.
He is.
It was like a small coaching session.
Yeah, definitely. He is like genuinely, like I feel like he is not out. Like there are a lot of charlatans in voiceover, and he is not one of them. He is somebody who genuinely wants to help. If he's like, you are beyond my coaching, like, because he's like fancies himself kind of like a beginner level coach last time I checked, and he's like, he'll tell you like, you don't need my coaching, you know, get a more intermediate level coach or whatever. And that's a good guy, because a lot of coaches, like, you don't need their coaching. What they're coaching you in isn't helpful, and it's going to cost you like literally hundreds of dollars, and it's not that way for Jim. So, all right, any last thoughts before I start the raid, Mr. Mufflerman?
I have no thoughts.
Head empty. Sojiro.
Head empty.
All right, we're going to start the raid. Thank you all for coming. It's been super fun. A shorter stream, but that's okay every once in a while. I don't need to stream for 6 hours every day. All right, here we go. Ready to raid in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. What time is slowing down? 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going to hit it. Bye, everybody. Thanks so much for coming.
Bye-bye.
And I'm going to stop the stream.